Alright, so this is going to be a kind of experimental format type of video based on, if any of you are League of Legends fans, NickyBoi's content. His Casual Champion Review series. A really interesting concept for a video series, so I'm going to try to do the same thing, but for Overwatch characters. And, you know, maybe I'm not the most casual player, given the fact that, you know, that. But I have a pretty good sense of, like, what makes a character well designed for that sense. And I want to start with, just like how NickyBoi does it, because this is going to be extremely inspired by NickyBoi, the lore. And in lore, I think D.va's fine. Like, I think that her cinematic actually did a lot for her to make her lore a little bit more understandable. Because, yeah, she lost a lot of fucking people. She lost her friends, she lost her family. To a pretty rough circumstance where, like, she's a gamer who moved into the military to pilot mechs because gamers have the faster reaction speed and it fits the gamer lifestyle. It's an interesting way to do it, and, you know, maybe how realistic is it? Not at all. But hey, I think it's pretty cool. Her as a character, I don't think she's all that interesting. She's just like kind of gamer girl. She has a lot of funny lines. I think Overwatch 2 is a lot better. They fucking bash it. I think Overwatch 2 is a lot better for her character design than Overwatch 1 was. They have given her a lot of new voice lines that are a lot of fun. You'll never take me alive.
Teamwork gets you out alive, but homework makes me dead inside.
It's a cute voice line. Like, a lot of D.va's voice lines are cute, especially in Overwatch 2. Like, they did a really good job of improving her characterization there. I'm getting fucking melted, and I'm a big fan of how they did her in Overwatch 2 on those small aspects. Get the fuck over here, Widowmaker. And I do think that having her be the sort of new wave of Overwatch is a really creative way to do D.va for Overwatch 2. And that's kind of what it was like leaning towards, right? Overwatch as in lore being this organization built around trying to establish peace as a hyper-specific squad of hyper-specific soldiers. D.va fits into that really well as being a mecha pilot. Maybe there's some interesting conflict you can work around that with, you know, does she keep the mech after, you know, when she's in Overwatch? Maybe that could be a small short story. But it is her mech, right? Like, at this point, like, she's a celebrity who gets to wield this mech for basically whatever the hell she wants, and it's up to whoever the fuck's gonna stop her realistically. And I think that that's kind of cool. I do think that she is more conceptually interesting than she is actually. I think they should work on her in that front a little bit. But I think she's fine. She's a cute gamer girl. She has, you know, trauma from people dying. She has the weight of the world on her shoulders, or at least the weight of Korea on her shoulders. And it's cool. I'm a pretty big fan. I think that if I were to improve her as a written character at all, I would give her one or two, like, as crazy as that, just one or two small things, right? Like, she's the classic, right now she's just kind of the gamer girl. And they do a decent job of making her that. She's a little rebellious. She's got a little bit of Nimona in her. And I think it's great how they do that. I just think that she needs one or two small things that just give her a little bit extra personality. Like, what if she played volleyball in high school as well? And that's why she's in good shape and a gamer. Like, I know she was a former StarCraft gamer, and that doesn't really explain the reaction speed very much. Damn it. But, like, I just want her to give her one more small thing to just make her that little bit extra fleshed out, and then I think she will be a lot more popular. Like, what if she is, like, what if she has an exotic pet or something? Just something to make her a little bit more interesting on that front. As for gameplay, I don't know why they keep buffing her. I think that if you're going to try to change D.va, she needs a pretty significant redesign from how she is in Overwatch 1 at the moment. Or Overwatch 2 in the moment. She's still basically the same character, just with longer defense matrix, better boosters, better almost everything, really. I want D.va to... I want them to redesign her in a way that makes a little bit of sense. You know, rather than just giving her a ton of small buffs, because she's not really much of a dive tank in Overwatch 2, where in Overwatch 1 she was the dive off tank. She was kind of the jack of all trades off tank in a way, but she was especially the dive off tank. I think that if they if they make her lean a little bit more into just being a poke tank. That's a fucking weird visual bug. Just a poke mobility tank. Like, make it so then she has... Maybe it's a single bullet per shot, and it's not a shotgun spread anymore. I think that could be interesting. Because I think they should lean into the design that she's played with in Overwatch 2, which is that mobile poke tank who can do a lot of damage, but she struggles in a few ways. It works really good in Overwatch 1. In Overwatch 2, she's just limited severely. Like, we do have Malga now, which kind of fulfills that niche of being relatively mobile with high poke. So I think making D.va as a character is kind of the exact opposite of that. So make her the exact opposite while still being tooled in a similar way. Hyper mobile. Damn, she just got fucked up! Oh my god. But still decent damage. Just make her somewhere like Malga, just the more mobile, less damage version. Whereas right now she doesn't really have that identity. How I would do that, I think that just kind of giving her that single shot, or a single bullet per shot, would be a really interesting way to make that happen. I don't know how good that would be. And it kind of breaks from the lore a little bit, because, you know, in lore she do got that shotgun. Yeah, it's fine. The Blizzard has seemed to be totally fine with removing themselves from the lore. Like, Scatter Arrow was in a cinematic. They're fine with removing things that are in cinematics. Like, a more recent one would be like, not necessarily, I was going to say recent poll, but that was just in the highlight intro on Fucked. What is the example I'm thinking of? Sombra. Translocator. Translocator is totally different in the Sombra cinematic than it is in-game now because of the rework. And, you know, I obviously think that's fine. Modern Sombra is way more interesting than that version of Sombra ever got close to. You know, it shows that Blizzard are willing to diverge from cinematics with, like, a character's kit. Like, May's Ice Wall in that one cinematic functions completely different than it ever has and probably ever will, being able to be placed on walls. So just make it so that D.va has that single shot burst. Or not single shot burst. Like, single bullet per shot. That little bit extra interest. Wow, okay. I forget that D.va can eat that sometimes. That's funny as hell. Get kicked, moron. I think micro missiles can stay roughly the same, so she does have that close range burst option. Make it so that then, you know, booster stays the same, because having that infinite opportunity mobility tool is super fun. Defense matrix as well. Self-destruct is the other place that I think you could look to rework D.va to make her a little bit more Overwatch 2 friendly. But it's nothing major, right? It is just kind of like a convenience thing more than anything. Yeah, it would be nice if she had a better ultimate, but it's not going to be like a differentiating of like, wow, this character design sucks, and wow, this character design is amazing. And it's not a terrible character design in-game right now. It is just like a slightly underwhelming one. Wow, they are keeping me the fuck up. I'm all on the same point. I'm just rambling right now. But I think just, honestly, just making her have that longer range pinpoint shot, like it would be a little bit boring to have it be like a fully automatic, you know, non-reload. She would feel possibly too much like a Risa in that world. Nope. I think that's basically everything I would want to talk about with D.va. Her lore isn't super interesting. Her in-game design isn't super interesting. It's a very easy one to start out with this kind of video concept. Any closing thoughts I have would be like, if you haven't seen NickyBoi's series, even if you don't care for League of Legends whatsoever, I recommend giving it a watch. It's a fun, like, way to look at a game, to talk about the character's design in and out of it, in order to really just, like, discuss, right? Because that's what that video series is all about. But thank you all for watching, anybody who does watch this, and next time I do this, it will be Doomfist, because I'm going to go alphabetically. So just have a wonderful night, everybody.